Hello, welcome to Living the Dream podcast number 2 with Danny and
Becki.
So we're just gonna we done the podcast last week and we had a lot of good feedback. Didn't hit that 100 likes that I wanted, and I only wanted 100 likes to see if it was worth it. But to be fair, we also didn't hit the views that I wanted.
But we don't care.
We normally get about 1,000 views a video, but we only got like less than 400 on that. So I don't know if that was to do with the thumbnail or that it was on a Friday rather than our video being on a Wednesday or what. Not really sure, but it wasn't a fair crack of the whip, to be honest, for the feedback. So what we're going to try and see if it gets a bit of traction. We can only try. So yeah, this week, go on, just start us off.
First of all, both of these mics are for show, because actually neither of them are working. Mine wasn't working last week. Danny said it's because it didn't turn it on. The actual fact is that.
I might need to spend a bit more money on some better mics.
So this is sheerly aesthetic right now.
Yeah, we have tried and they could come on. So.
And the we've got lights on, to be fair. It's just, yeah.
So yeah, it's this week we had 2 job interviews today for people who to do PA stuff and help us grow with the plans we got for next year. So that's exciting.
Yep.
Both sort of being on the other one, aren't we?
I don't think you can say that on video.
What? I want one, you want the other?
No, I don't think that's I don't think I'm decided on one or the other. I think I've sort of, it's just, it takes a little bit of time for me. I need to sort of weigh things up in my head. You're a very instant like decision maker. It's just not me. But both people were very good, very suited to the job in slightly different ways. So it's a little bit difficult. Danny has his preferences in people, but I thought both of them were really good.
Do it.
And seemed to be on the same page as us. But yeah, we've got more interviews Tuesday, and so yeah, we'll see how that plays out. It's all a trial and error at this point, really, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Such is life.
So yeah, interesting. It's good. It was nice to see. And we were doing the charity stuff yesterday. So we went and dropped off a load of donations. That'll probably be on Wednesday's video. Little clip pictures of that. That was good as well, because we have to speak to them a bit more, didn't we, about different stuff.
Yeah. To be honest, they're brilliant. Both the charity and the school that we sort of work with at this time of year they're doing a lot. You know, I mean, they are making a difference, and we hope that we've made a difference this year. You have made a difference this year through your donations and whatever else, and your support. But we had good chats yesterday.
Yeah. So they've got a young entrepreneurs class, and they teach kids about business. And I'm obsessed with business. I love it. The only other thing I do other than Koi is watch podcasts about business. I just nerd on it. And so hopefully I'm gonna be helping them do that. And I said about launching a business actually from scratch for the kids to run and manage, and we'd oversee it as well with them to just so the kids can actually experience starting a business, with making money and losing money and all the the good and the bad that comes with that. But we can help them with that. So I think that could be good to do next year. That'll be 2025 now. It's nearly Christmas. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little
They really are. It really is good inspiration now in general, and they're just such good people, and it picks us up. Like the weeks at the minute are so stressful. We were saying before, we were discussing like topics in general. We were just like, what's the topic? And we were like, stress in general. But every week right now it is stress. But then there's these little moments, these little snippets, like speaking to the charity yesterday, that sort of just not that they relieve stress, they just bring you up.
Yeah,
and remind you of why you're sort of
just put things in context.
And
when you can feel like the world's like crashing in sometimes, and it has been up and down at the moment. To be honest, everything's very positive, but it's hard as well. And you just sort of see from another perspective, and then you think, our lives are not actually that bad, but we're doing quite well.
But hopefully we're building some really good relationships there, and that's going to be something bigger and better going forward into the new year with as well. which is always exciting because it gives you something to look forward to, a new goal, a new sort of venture, not necessarily a new business, but it's a new venture within the business. So, yeah, very good.
That was very good.
And honestly, to get in those, like, when we went to pick up that bike, like, how happy was
Yeah, he's half fine again.
An emotional person, right? And this is an emotional roller coaster, and I'm under a lot of pressure. But no, it was so nice, and just it felt good. You know what I mean? They say there's no selfless good deed because you feel good about doing the good deed.
I'm not agreeing with that because it's not selfless to feel good about doing something. The reason we do things is for the endorphins. Yeah. That's just how it works.
I'm not saying that I want a pat on the back. I'm saying that I felt good. So therefore, nice. That was nice. I felt good. I felt we feel like we've done a good thing, and I got that from friends, by the way. That quote.
So that was sad, and there's a lot happening with the business as well. We made some big decisions. I'm not going to get into it too much because I feel like the boat's already been rocked enough, but essentially I was just fed up to the back teeth for getting took for a mug in certain ways, or how I felt anyway. And I felt loyalty was just not on the cards. A lot of you are probably going to understand what I'm talking about here. There's been a lot of changes through other companies, another company, and I just thought, you know what, stick it, I'm not doing this anymore. So
in true Danny fashion.
Yeah, that's literally, you know, you had your chance, you blew it, that's how I see it. So now we ended up speaking to people in Japan. So on the back of that, we've ended up now getting direct access to Dainichi and Sakai Tosai through another company, which I will talk more about in the future. I don't want to talk all cryptic, but you know, until money changes hands, there's no full deal done, so I've got to. But that means that we get first access to the only big batches of koi Tosai coming from the two big farms. So not to say that people won't get dribs and drabs, 10 here and 20 there and stuff like that, but we're getting hundreds and hundreds of Dainichi and Sakai Tosai, which is unbelievable. Meaning that we're going to be the only, well, one of two of the only places who've got them. Unbelievable. Who would have thought that 2 years ago?
I think it's the same topic that we broached when we were in the interviews today, and it's a topic that we come back to all the time, is we want to work with like-minded people. We want our customers to be like-minded, we want our staff to be like-minded, we want the other businesses that we work with, charities, whatever it may be, to be like-minded. And when that's not there, the initial excitement's there of doing a new deal or whatever else, but that it really like rapidly becomes apparent that you're not in the same wavelength, you haven't got the same goals, you don't, you know, it just didn't fit, it doesn't match, you're not working towards the same thing, someone's trying to outdo someone else. As soon as sort of competition comes into any relationship, it's gone. Yeah. Because that's not a relationship, it's competition. Like that's somebody else's created, might I add. And that's just not. It's not what we're about. It's not what we're here for. We're never here to come in and compete with people. It's our family business and our followers and our sort of, you know, people, and that's what it's always going to be about. Because that's why it's called My Boys Koi. It was always meant to be this family. Yeah, I think I've
always started to explain it, the fact that I enjoy the game, and I've said this multiple times on video and on live, I enjoy the game, so not everything's always about making the maximum money to me. That's why we sell koi cheaper than a lot of other people. It's why I will cut my nose off to spite my face and sell them at cost, just to make a point. Call it bad business. I just call it, like, you know,
it's not bad business if you've got other methods of business.
We do well as a company, so why would we not give the benefits back to our customers, and why would we not try to get the better deals to give to our customers? And I know some people really dislike that I do that. I think it's become very apparent.
I think people dislike stuff when they don't understand it as well. If your business model or our business model is so different to somebody else's, who is extremely profit margin driven, that's a clash. So they don't understand it, so then they're like, what are they doing? That it just doesn't, you know what I mean? It's too very different.
Feeling like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. It's just that your business model is different. There is no set business model for any business, and that's why it's called a business model. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You need to just find your path and your way.
But I'll be honest, for the last 2 months, I'd say I've been really ground down with stuff that's been happening, and I was just getting to a point where I was getting really fed up with it and wound up and getting angry on it on pretty much a daily basis about it. And Becki was like, you just need to stop going on about this thing now, it's driving me mad. And
that's how you know it's not healthy. It's not right. It's not the right fit. If you are screwing about this decision day in, day out, high 1 minute, low the next, thinking that's not a fit.
No.
That's just a disaster.
But anyway, so on Sunday I made the decision, that's it, calling it a day, not going to happen. On, was that Monday, I picked up the phone, and by Monday night, Tuesday, we went into a whole new world, which was just like, why didn't I do this months ago? And obviously it never happened months ago because that just wasn't meant to be.
Everything's a learning curve. We're not naive enough to realise that we're not still learning what our business is about, and we're going to make mistakes in decisions, and then we'll pull it back, and we will always pull it back because there's no way we're riding on a mistake just to save face. No, it's just not who we are. So yeah, you'll see us fall, you'll see us pick ourselves back up again. That's just what we're about.
I think if you've been following the channel for a while, you will see I have said so much stuff. At one time I was going to only breed English koi, and we wasn't going to sell Japanese koi because they were too expensive and it cut a lot of people off the hobby. The mindset there didn't change too much in the sense that a lot of them are too expensive and they do cut a lot of people off the hobby. So we just try now work and getting better deals to bring the price in lower. So that was like, I did never change the reason why I wasn't going to sell Japanese koi. I just changed the way in which we do it. Essentially, unless you're a massive koi farm, some of the big ones in the UK, are you ever going to be able to make money from English koi? Probably not really. Whereas as long as we get to a big enough name with the Japanese koi, we will. And we do, to be honest, we do.
But that's based on our business model. Somebody else might find a way to absolutely smash that market, and that's up to them.
Well, what do, but I just don't think you could have 10 ponds, breed fish, and make a fortune out of English koi. I don't think it can be done. If it can, show me different. But I just don't think it can. I think that's why the big koi farms in the UK are so big, to be honest. But anyway, we need to start doing dry goods. That's what I mean, mad, the fact that we don't do as much. I've said in the past, I haven't really given it 100%, I haven't been that interested in it. But I am now, I am more getting onto that wavelength of thinking that we need to spend more time on this. And we need to put a bit more focus onto it, so I think that's something that we're going to do in 2025.
That is obviously the reason why we're interviewing as well.
One of the reasons why we're interviewing, yeah, because I've got no time, to be honest. But looking forward to getting soul in January, looking forward to doing that, looking forward to working with the charity more, really looking forward to doing the thing with the kids. I'd love to do the young entrepreneurs. We got invited to them again, I feel like awful, like trying to do a podcast and also like not really saying what we're doing. We got invited to that event, didn't we? Where we can put the fish at the event. So we're the only one who's ever done that. Hopefully so that comes off next summer. So that would be really good as well. But again, I can't say too much because whenever we seem to say something, we end up getting annoyed that like someone else will just jump on it. So we're just trying to keep hard close to our chest, which I am awful.
Or just sort of letting it be natural, once something's locked in and ready to go, then we'll talk about it then. But yeah, it's all just ideas and thoughts and plans for the new year, which it is exciting, isn't it? Everything going forward.
Yeah.
A lot of big plans, a lot of change, in a good way, growth.
Yeah. We all have a night on Saturday. So we get a night out Saturday. Looking forward to that. I'll be tomorrow. Yeah, so...
he's such a good kid,
Yeah, he's good stuff.
He is. He loves going to his nans.
I'll be honest, I look forward to that Saturday, to be honest.
It's just like, obviously if you've got kids, even if you've got dogs, you probably know, because it's the same thing, I don't care what anyone says. That time just to think about you and not think about anything else, even though we will probably just think about the business the entire time.
and the baby, we do this,
Yeah.
we've got
But,
a night
but you know, you've got that freedom then to just be yourself for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good. It's nice to have a break.
Just not having that extra responsibility for a little bit is for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he loves it, and he comes back shattered, and he's always had to. He always comes back with something new, doesn't he? New thoughts or new words or whatever else. He's a funny kid.
Brilliant.
But yeah, so date night, which normally means
the pictures.
Food on the pictures, which means I get to
another film.
Expand Danny's mind for film again.
Probably a horror film. I don't like horror films.
The last one wasn't a horror film.
What was the last one?
Gladiator.
Gladiator was alright. Yeah, so I think at the moment it's been a little bit up in the air. Getting seems to be leveling out a little bit. Amazing sales in the last week odd, which is always a bit of a strange one for December because who knows what it's going to be like. January last year was one of our best months of the whole year, so that'll be interesting to see what January's like compared to last year. So yeah, I think that'll. I wonder what's going to happen with that. It's whole cycle coming in January. I can't wait, honestly. Like, that's just dominating my mind right now. I've ordered 2 new ponds, 5 less ponds are going to be ready in January. So we got 2 new ponds going for Jan. At least 1,000 total fry probably landed in Jan. I said I wasn't going to get total fry in the numbers that I did last year, but that just went out the window. So now I'm just going to buy more ponds so we're better set up for it instead.
You weren't going to do that.
What?
I don't think anyone believed that you weren't going to do that.
I know, but in theory it made sense not to do that.
Things change.
Now I just bought more ponds so we're better set up for it instead. So it won't make any odds as long as we just got capacity for them.
On the topic of change, so literally within 24 hours running this business, things can take a complete turn. Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Such big highs and then mega lows, but then nothing is long lasting. So you know, if you've got a really exciting thing going on or a big boost of sales or something, it doesn't last. But at the same time, you can be so stressed. There's bills, there's stress and trying to sort other stuff out. But again, that doesn't last long until it flips again. So it's an emotional roller coaster up in here, and you say that I cry over everything. This is why. Yeah, I'm always on the edge. Honestly, just nice things just make me cry.
Oh, you don't cry a lot though.
I don't cry a lot over really sad stuff. I cry over like nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It just seems random sometimes.
I have to like hold it in sometimes because like I'm in front of someone and they're saying something really nice and I'm like. Because I wanted to feel uncomfortable. I'm like, just...
Yeah.
People on the group make me cry all the time. I just have to like blink it off.
I was looking like crying again.
I'm not a whinger. I just get happy and then I cry and I'm happy. I cry sometimes when I'm angry as well.
Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of podcasts trying to do this as well. So I've been trying to spend some time just sort of just finding our feet. Who knows? Hopefully we carry on doing them. Hopefully they get better. You can only try. You've got to start somewhere. Said this in the last one. How bad my original YouTube videos were with the koi. They were awful.
No, they weren't.
Oh, no,
they
were
just
awful.
weren't the same as now.
They were bad. Like, I've watched them.
You had to
went back and watched them. Exactly my point. So hopefully these get better. But I've been watching.
And also we purposely just made the camera lower because half of you in the comments were just like the picture. So
we've got a 2-year-old, you know what I mean? Pictures go spin on.
The 2-year-old and a massive dog.
And a big dog as well. That's not meant to be in this living room, but he is.
Plus I had to put those pictures up with girl math, so they're probably anyway.
So I've been watching podcasts and I've really enjoyed the Peter Crouch and Abby Clancy one. So I think that's like they are hilarious together them too. Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of them, and yeah, I always watch my business podcast as well. I'm a massive fan of the business podcast. Do you watch any of them? Any podcasts?
I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know if it's got worse as I've got older, but I struggle to sit and watch something for like I'm alright with films, especially when the pictures I can like zone into the film then. but I struggle to just sit and listen to a podcast the way you do, or sit and watch it, because I'm very easily distracted, and I automatically find myself, and I don't know if social media has ruined my life, but I automatically find myself wanting to like scroll on to the next thing, even if I want to listen to and really enjoying. I struggle to stay, and I feel like it got worse like after I had Mikey. Day to day in general, I struggle to, and you shout at me sometimes because I'm just walking aimlessly sometimes. I'm not even actually doing anything. Sometimes I'm just walking in a circle. I should probably see someone about that.
In the way.
But it's me brain that struggles to stay, unless I'm, like I say, like I'm in the cinema or the pictures, whatever, and I can just like.
You watch proper films where I can't really watch films.
Even here though, I struggle if I've got my phone. I struggle, even if I'm really loving a film, to not just look at my phone and start scrolling away.
Yeah, I think everyone does that now though. That's just social media, it's just took over, isn't it?
Yeah. But I love film. Love music and I love film. I can get into my zone, and obviously games. Yeah. I can get into a zone, and then when my brain.
The other thing drives me mad, I don't use TikTok a lot, but I want to use TikTok more because I want to start doing lives in the shop just while I'm potting about in the shop. But we need 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can go live. Now I don't put enough content on TikTok to get 1,000 followers to go live, because all I'm interested in is going live. Now I understand what you're saying, instead of putting more videos up, Danny. That's easier said because I just forget to do so. So I've now got Danny and MBK, and then Becky's doing the My Boys Koi one, but it's the Danny and MBK one that I control, that I want to start doing these lives in the shop with.
Yeah, so it's 2 TikToks, Danny and MBK, and then the other one is just MBK, is it? What is it?
It's just My Boys Koi.
Is it just My Boys Koi? Let me just check.
It's meant to be just My Boys Koi, that was the whole, everything was meant to be.
Yeah, it's My Boys Koi. But it is, the name is just My Boys Koi on there. But then yours is Danny at MBK, isn't it?
It's Danny MBK, something like that.
So if you want to follow both of them?
Yeah, because I really want to start doing lives in the shop, because then, I don't know, who knows, see how we end up doing that. Because in the WhatsApp group, I done some mad flash sale, didn't I? Was that on Tuesday night?
Oh, that was
I just got a little beanie man. I was like, I'm just going to sell all these fish in the shop because we've got so many new fish coming. And I was just start putting crazy price on them. And then Becki was like, you need to find more fish for them. I was going on the website and just knocking 50, 60, 70% off fish. I was like, bear in mind, don't just believe me when I say we don't make that much money on them fish. No. That was just a case of get them out the door to make space for new ones. It wasn't about profit, it wasn't even about making our money back, it was just clearing fish so there's space for new ones. We've made money on batches over the year. This was just like, let's just empty this pond. And we are overwintering as well, by the way.
I was watching something, wasn't I? I was watching a film or something, and I was so distracted by what was going on in the WhatsApp group that I was like, because it was just fast, rapid, sold.
Like 5 people going, I'll have it.
All fighting over it, yeah, it was funny, that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. So we're going to do that again tonight. So this is coming out at 6 PM as long as it uploads. And then at 8 PM in the WhatsApp group. If you want to join the WhatsApp group, just drop us an email to myboyscoy@gmail.com. We can add you into that, get involved in that. I put everything up in the announcement group, but the problem was the fish was selling in 0.1 of a second in the chat group. They weren't even making it to the announcement group.
You've got to weigh up your pros and cons there, because the chat group is a chat group, and that means it's mostly, obviously, predominantly koi based, but we are like a little family on there, and we do just chat and how's everyone doing and all that sort of stuff. And the notifications are, you might have been in work all day and pick up your phone, there's 1,000 messages on that chat group some days.
Can mute it though.
But you mute it. You don't let your phone vibrate every 2 seconds, that's wild. You just go and check it every now and then. But because of the way that group is and how lively it is, that's where you're most likely to stumble upon the best deals, like the fastest. Because the announcement group is slower, because it's hard, because if it goes on the chat group, it's gone, because everyone's there all the time, constantly looking at it.
So I wasn't even getting a chance to send them to the announcement group, because he was selling in literally 0.1 second. There'd be like 3 people saying I'll have it, and obviously the first one was getting it, and it was happening that fast. We sold 25 fish, and they just went like
But it depends on what you're after, because if you are going to get the type of person that's going to get annoyed at people chatting away when you look on your phone, then the general chat group is probably not for you. We have had people join it and jump out and go, I just want to be in the announcement group, and that's like, there's no thing there, you know, that's That's your
One
preference.
kicked off once because people shouldn't be allowed to talk about anything other than koi. So
That was when,
police.
that was about a year ago when I first-ish joined the group, and I just started talking about Harry Potter for a bit, and I feel like it did get a little bit off track, like, but who doesn't like Harry Potter?
Yeah, but they do now anyway. They talk about whatever they want, so if it's football, whatever, I'm
but
not interested in it.
Fuming. He was like, this is meant to be a koi group. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
He made you in charge.
So, anyway, he's not.
So yeah, if you're not into that, stay in the announcement group. You might not get every single deal as fast, but it's still a very, very good group for deals and for everything else to keep on track with everything.
Yeah, so it's good. Anyway, it's good laugh. We do like little giveaways and stuff as well throughout winter and stuff, trying to keep the hobby
quizzes and
last year we done loads of them.
I loved them games. It was just making people run around and
look
for obscure items.
A spade and a carrot and stuff like that, and we just had to run away.
A single grain of rice.
Yeah. And it was just
a left shoe tied in a bow.
It's like someone's egg fried rice just flew on the floor, wasn't it? And just a picture of it, just crazy.
It's good fun. Like I say, that's not your thing, but it is good fun in there. Karaoke sometimes, you get people to voice note. I hate karaoke, like I'm just going to put this out. Danny loves it. I get bad second-hand embarrassment. I can't even walk into a karaoke bar sometimes. I have to but that was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it's really
and I appreciate people's confidence to just voice note themselves singing along to, I think it was the Bare Necessities.
Yeah, it was, didn't it?
So,
yeah, so that's, I think, I don't know what we've really covered there. I don't know if we actually said anything useful. Probably a lot of crap. But hopefully these podcasts are coming across good, and hopefully we can do more with them as time goes on. I feel like I really don't want to be negative on them, so I'm trying really to not be negative on them, because I cannot say we live a negative life. We live a very nice life. I'm conscious trying to say that a lot more, because I went to a business meeting on Wednesday, and I walked in, and one of the, well, it's two people, but I talked to both of them separate. These both like successful entrepreneurs, and I talked to both of them separate. And the first one I went into, he went, "How's your week been?" I went, "Oh mate, I feel like I've been beat up all week. It's been, horrible week, blah blah. But I've just done this deal, we got all, the direct access to these fish in Japan, blah blah." And he was like, "So is that a good thing?" I said, "It's the best thing that's ever happened to us." And he went, "So why has it been a hard week?" And I went, "Well,"
he said, "Why didn't you lead?"
He said, "No," he went, "So why has it been a hard week?" Then I said, "Well, because of whatever." Why didn't you say, we've had the best thing that's ever happened to us, but we've took it like a beating on the way to get there. Yeah. And he said, "Why just flip your mindset? Because you're making it sound negative, but you've had a really good week." And it sort of stuck with me. I've been thinking about that for a couple of days now, going, why didn't I do that? So purposely now I am trying to be more positive, because I am a pessimist. I'm a go-getter, I'm a doer, but I'm a pessimist as well. I always think the worst can happen, on top of I'll go and make a load of money, but then we'll end up getting a big bill.
I don't necessarily think you are a pessimist. I think you chop and change. I don't think you are a pessimist, really. I think you just, swings and roundabouts. It's hard.
I think life does that to you.
Yeah, it's so up and down that it is hard not to dwell on the downs rather than the ups. But yeah, PMA. Yeah,
so that's my little thing for this week that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a little bit more positive of things. Things are going very, very well. I'm trying not to be negative, and I'm trying to talk about all the good stuff that we've got going on, and we've got a lot of good stuff going on. Hopefully we get new member staff, new ponds arrive, loads of new toast arrive, events that are not in the koi world, hopefully that we can attend next year. So there's loads.
New relationships, new connections, new growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are we done?
We're done.
Call it a day.
Call it a day.
Any words of wisdom?
You put me on the spot. So I don't know.
Oh, I want to do quote of the week.
Quote of the week. Yeah, but you're going to have to let me come up with a quote of the week, and we haven't really got time for that right this second.
Have you not quotes?
Again, I get put on the spot, and my brain kind of goes...
Alright, we'll leave quotes of the week for next week. Get a quote for next week. Anyway, much appreciate you all watching, and living the dream with Danny and Becki. Stay along, let's see how big we can get this thing. Thanks for watching.
Later.